And we're back. Sorry about that. It's having a little technical difficulties.
He's not true.
So apparently, but we're back. And you know what? I'm just gonna talk to you guys for real. As a Christian man, father, and husband, there are a lot of responsibilities or a lot of things. Y'all being very distracted right now. There's a lot of things that constantly I have to think about, constantly have to um, watch for, maintain, and it can be a lot sometimes. Um, never know what you never know what is the right move. You always being have to take a consideration as far as what exactly is the right move to do. What is exactly the right path to take, and a lot of different areas as a father, as a husband, and as a Christian, as a man itself, because there's a lot of consequences to taking the wrong action, and it's not just me. It's not because it affects my family. It affects livelihood lives, and we I have to constantly be mindful of that fact. Like case in point, where do we decide to move forward in as far as business, as far as where we live, as far as even in just how we talk to one another, because there's going to be time and place where things is you going through a lot mentally, you're going through a lot physically, and you don't seem to get no break. You don't seem to stop. You're being very distracted right now. Don't seem to have a break. Always got to seem to be in one mode or another. So when do you get a chance just to be you? There's a lot of pressure to always be that title, be a father, be a man, be a husband. When are you able to just be you and just breathe? In those times where it can go months, sometimes days, without being able to take a breath, and you can't let it affect you still being a father. You can't let it affect you still being a husband. You still have to um and it can be a lot. It can really be a lot. But the strength comes from knowing that you're in purpose. Your strength comes from knowing that no matter what you may come up against, the answers already been given to you. The path has already been set for you. Not saying that there won't be trials, not saying that there won't be struggles, but you don't have to go searching for the answer. You don't have to go searching for which route to take. So some of the biggest struggles you no longer have to worry about. Even sitting here trying to do a podcast to you guys, I got my son sitting right here, just because he want to sit next to me. But you still.
I'll take it.
Do you have something you'd like to say?
I have a question.
Yes.
How would one begin to navigate those challenges? If someone were experiencing the same challenges as you, what advice can you give them?
Your question was, how do I navigate those challenges? Challenges of not having no place to breathe, basically, and not having a place where just no pressure. Me myself, worship is my outlet. It takes me to a place where I am none of those things, but I am still all those things, if that makes sense. Where I feel connected to Christ, but yet free of all responsibilities. And even if it might be just for 5 minutes, even if it just might be for a little bit of time, that is like a washing of stress. Now that's one aspect, the main aspect. But you have to sometimes you're not going to have all the answers, and that's okay. Sometimes you're not going to be able to fit the bill completely. Meaning, might not have the right answer. You might not be able to, you'll be there, but you're not going to be able to really, what's the word? Just your presence sometimes is enough.
Jesus' presence.
Yes.
So you're saying that a man that is facing societal pressures to perform, to succeed, to lead, can find their safe space in the presence of the Father. Do you think that topics like this are openly discussed or freely discussed within the construct of the Black church? And why not?
I don't think so. I think, well, from my experience with church, when it comes to man, I don't think we really get to really release ourselves. I don't think we can really, even if it's just like, just men talking, I don't think we really allow ourselves to really be free and to release and go over some of the things that we really deal with. I think sometimes we still find ourselves in a box where I can say this, but I can't say this. And I think we really need to get away from that, because in order for us to really not only be free, but to really help those around us, we need to really start breaking the mold in some things, really start breaking the struggle in some areas. And it starts with communicating with each other.
What would you say to the Black woman that's looking for strategies or advice about how to support their Black men as they navigate through these societal pressures?
Allow them to be them.
What would that look like? Can you give an example?
Allow them to make mistakes at times, and not throw it at them. Allow them to be like transparent. If they don't know, they don't know. Allow them, give them the space in the atmosphere to be like, this is you, and I love you for you, not for anything else, just for you being you. Not out of duty, not out of title, but just because you're you.
When I think about what a concrete example could look like, or a concrete scenario could look like, to illustrate what you just said, think about how when a man come home from work and they just want to unwind, and the woman just wants to talk about their day. Can you give some insight into that common scenario?
Yeah. So your unwinding may be, well, I'm about to tell him every second of my day. Where for him, that's not unwinding. It's not that he don't want to hear it. It's just right now in this moment, he just probably want to play his game. He just want to be sit by himself. That does not have anything to do about how he feel about you. It's just what he needs right now. Allow him to have that time. Allow him to have that space without judgment.
Can you speak about brotherly relationship or friendship between Black men or Black Christian men? Can you speak to that topic?
I can try, seeing as it's new to me myself. I recently got a brother now that at first starting off it was strange. He would always call me up and text me just to say what's up, hello, and that was new to me, because never really had that. Every time he say text, what's up, how you doing, I was always going to something like church related or Christian related. He's like, oh, I was just seeing what's up, how you doing? I was like, oh, what's up? And after a while, it got to the point where I started calling him up, like, hey man, what's up? How you doing? What you doing? What's good? And for me, that's new. For other people, that yours might be different, but for me, that's new. But it got to a point where, we have these kind of conversations. He's like, bro, like, I don't, like, even just the other day, he's like, bro, I don't know how to do that. It's just like, I got you, bro. Me and you gonna work this out together, because I struggle in some of that areas too. So me and you, we can do that together. And it got to that point, and it didn't even take that long to get to that point. But it was the fact of that, how he is, that he is open, he is honest, and then me being open and honest, me being transparent with each other, me being close to each other. When he comes over to my house, when I go to his house, we don't change up who we are just because he's here or I'm there. No, we're still who we are. We allow each other to see our transparencies. If he sees me doing something that's like, oh, that's kind of iffy, or I see him, we bring it to each other.
So that's similar to women relationships or relationships with other women.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When I think about my experiences in high school and elementary school and middle school, I've seen certain friendship groups. I've seen certain guys who were friends forever. And then that grew up and I started to cruise through my news feed. I saw they were still friends. So I would say that I think that people's history and trauma or lack thereof, just their upbringing or their past experience can contribute to their ability to foster relationships.
Say that again.
So basically, if you had friends growing up, you're going to have friends until adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
If you never really had true friends growing up, it may be hard for you to develop healthy relationships in adulthood.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And of course, we all know that sometimes you can't carry the same friends that you had. Then, like, sometimes friendships is just for a season. And you gotta realize that and understand that. It's something my father told me. That, you got, just like you have a doctor, you have a dentist, you have a therapist, and, you don't go see your dentist about the stomach ache. You don't go see a therapist about a toothache, and you don't go see your doctor about, about depression or anything like that. You have certain people that you go to, and friendships is like that too. Not one friend needs to know everything, or you go to your friend for everything, but hey, this friend might be perfect for these types of situations. This perfect friend might be perfect for these. You know what I mean? So you have to realize that, all right, for business, for my business, I got a business friend. Like they're all friends, but if I have problems or issue with business, containing business, I'll go to a specific friend. If I have a friend about certain things spiritually, I go to a friend for that. Or I need a prayer warrior, I go to a certain friend for that. You know what I mean? So it can be like that as well.
Good stuff.
Any more questions?
No, dope. We can.
I don't know what that means. You got a question? What's your question? Okay. Okay. So that's kind of all I had for today. Out of the blue. I know it's like the normal hour. Yes, you got a question? That's kind of what we was doing the whole time. That's good for you? That's my son. Let's see if he had a question of input. Normally, you can never get him to be quiet, so I'm kind of shocked that he ain't got nothing to say right about now. He's always trying to get in the picture too. So
Stop.
But yeah, I just wanted to I hope anything I shared today helped somebody. Because we as we grow older, and not just older in age but older spiritually, my wife and I come to the realization that we're not the only ones going through something. We're not the only ones that struggle with stuff, and when we have answers, we try to share it as much as possible. And that's all this really is. That's all we really see it as. Because one, we are community type of people, meaning we would rather build up community and always strengthen rather than try to tear down something. Even if something is broke or is not good, but we'll fix it just before tearing it down, you know? So we're always about unity and strength. And so that's where our main purpose is in our relationship. And that's what that's exactly how we see this. Like I said, Damien wasn't able to make it today. They having a party function for his wife, which congratulations to them. And so, but we will be back 2 weeks from now. Like always, we're going to try to make sure we have something at least 2 weeks from now. So when both of us can't show up, we'll try to do at least one person show up. Topic and no topic, we're going to show our faces. And hopefully, God will make do or make a way, however He does. But thanks again. I hope you receive something out of it, and stay blessed until 2 weeks from now. Thanks.
Daddy, wait.
Yes. Are you saying something just to say something?
No, just to sign off.
Okay. Goodbye. Thank you.